guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, the Lewandowski operation is in full effect. Barcelona and Bayern Munich will have a meeting at some point this week to discuss the transfer fee, and then Barcelona will make a formal offer for Lewandowski. Now, there are interest from other clubs like PSG, United, and Chelsea, but Lewandowski, after speaking with Xavi, only wants to come to Barcelona, and he's even willing to reduce his salary to join Barcelona this summer. Now, along with Lewandowski, Xavi also wants to sign a top center back this summer. The two main names on the table right now are Koulibaly and Kounde, but of course Kounde is too expensive, and Koulibaly will be difficult to get out of Napoli if we don't make that right offer. Now, along with the new signings coming in, Xavi wants also many players to leave this summer. Mingueza came out with a full report on many players' futures, and I will discuss it. Lenglet, Umtiti, Mingueza, Riqui Puig, Braithwaite, Luuk, Adama, every single player, and Frenkie de Jong as well. We will discuss their futures and their possibilities of leaving or staying at Barcelona. And finally, two massive contract renewal updates. Firstly, positive on Pablo Gavi and the negative on Ousmane Dembele. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes on this video. Be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. The first player that we have been linked with, of course, is Robert Lewandowski, and what I'm going to do is talk about firstly all the Germany reports and then go to the Barcelona reports so that we can kind of divide it. First, coming in from Sport 1 in Germany, they've come out saying that his agent Zahavi is putting pressure on Bayern Munich and is pushing for the timely negotiation with Barcelona. And behind the scenes, Bayern Munich's search for a replacement is in full swing despite what they say in public. Now, currently, that replacement is Sebastian Haller from Ajax, and again, we're still hearing a lot coming in from the CEO, president of Bayern Munich, saying that Lewandowski will stay 100% until 2023. He won't leave, yada yada yada. But again, they are looking for a replacement. The kicker even came out saying that for Bayern Munich, selling Robert Lewandowski depends on the transfer fee and the availability of a suitable replacement as well. So again, very clear for Bayern Munich to let Lewandowski go this summer. Two things need to happen. Number one, the offer from Barcelona is good and satisfies Bayern Munich. Number two, a suitable replacement comes in and replaces Lewandowski at Bayern Munich. Now, you might be wondering, are there other clubs interested? Of course, there's a world-class striker on the table. If he does not go to Barcelona, where will he go? There are reports coming in from The Guardian in the UK saying that Chelsea could join the race to sign Lewandowski despite him favoring the summer move to Barcelona. Lewandowski has verbally agreed a 3-year deal with Barcelona, who are working on signing him. Now, what we're hearing from Germany is that currently Lewandowski does not care about other teams, Chelsea, PSG, Manchester United. He only wants to sign for Barcelona. Now, let's get to those Barcelona reports. First, coming in from Mundo Deportivo, they've come out saying that Lewandowski only wants to play for Barcelona next season. After he talked with Xavi, the Polish striker was elected to lead the project and help Barcelona at a different time. Barcelona valued the efforts he's currently making and will be in contact with him this week. And then the big one, Mateu Alemany and Juan Marti both came out saying that direct contacts between Barcelona and Bayern Munich are planned to happen this week. Barcelona want to understand the starting price for Lewandowski and then formulate a formal offer. There is an agreement between Barcelona and Lewandowski over a 3-year contract, but the club will still have to make space in the wage bill to be able to register him. Of course, you already knew that, but the agreement with Lewandowski on personal terms, and now Barcelona this week will contact Bayern Munich to see what they want for him and then make their first formal offer. Helena from Kope came out saying that Barcelona want to sign Lewandowski and there can already be agreement on personal terms with him, but the operation still depends on Barcelona's wage bill situation. Lewandowski has spoken with Xavi and is attracted by Barcelona and the project as well. And then we got the big boy himself, Fabrizio Romano. He came out saying that Lewandowski has been a priority for Barcelona since late February. Barcelona are ready to offer him what he wants, 3-year contract with a salary already discussed with his agent, but now of course the ball is in Bayern Munich's court. And lastly, this one's a big one by the way, Golo come out saying that Lewandowski could even try to terminate his contract with Bayern Munich right now and join Barcelona as a free agent, but Barcelona will do everything to sign the Polish striker once they are clear with the wage bill situation at the club. So there it is. Now we have to wait for those direct contacts this week between Barcelona and Bayern Munich. What is clear right now is that Lewandowski, his full focus is coming to us. The Barcelona, the Blaugrana, the best club in the world. He said no to PSG, Manchester United, Chelsea, not even listening to them. His full focus is coming to Barcelona, and now Barcelona have to return that favor to him and make the contract offer and starting price bid for Lewandowski to Bayern Munich this week. We'll wait and see what happens, but again, Barcelona will be talking with Bayern Munich this week about Robert Lewandowski. Now, another forward who Barcelona have agreed personal terms with is of course the Brazilian winger from Leeds United, Raphinha. And Fabrizio Romano came out saying that talks on personal terms between Barcelona and Raphinha are more than advanced. It is expected to be a 5-year contract. However, as of right now, no talks with Leeds United, but of course there are advanced talks on personal terms for a contract until June 2027. Raphinha's priority is Barcelona, despite interest from Newcastle and also Chelsea, but again, no talks with Barcelona and Leeds United yet. Barcelona will be respectful and wait to see what happens with them if they stay in the Premier League or get relegated. I think if Leeds get relegated at this point, I think Raphinha is 100% going to come to Barcelona. The question now is, will they stay in the Premier League? Currently, they're 1 point off safety. Of course, Burnley and Everton, I think, have games in hand. It's all going to come down to this Sunday. We will know by then whether or not Leeds will be relegated or not. Again, I think if they stay up though, I think this operation will be very, very difficult. Leeds will know that Barcelona have been talking with Raphinha since, February, talking with Deco, agreeing personal terms with him. They will make the operation difficult, but if they do get relegated, the 25 million euro release clause becomes active. So wait and see. Of course, Barcelona will be watching the Premier League fight in the relegation battle. They want to be respectful for Leeds United, but they do want to sign Raphinha this summer. Now, along with the attack, another priority for Barcelona this summer is to reinforce the defense, more specifically at center back. Xavi wants to bring in a top center back this summer, and Fabrizio Romano came out saying that making a move for Jules Kounde will be really complicated for Barcelona as Sevilla won 80 million euros. Koulibaly will meet with Napoli soon to discuss his future. Barcelona and Premier League clubs are interested, but is of course not closed yet in any sort of way. Also, Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo came out back in that statement as well, saying that Barcelona likes Jules Kounde a lot, but he will be very expensive, and also many clubs, more specifically Chelsea, are very interested in him. Koulibaly is also on Barcelona's radar. According to some people at the club, he could be the top center back which Xavi wants to sign this summer. Now, there are reports coming out saying that Barcelona plan to offer 20 million euros plus Dest and Lenglet for Kounde. I think that's absolute crap, although I would be open to that. Look, if I can pick between Koulibaly and Kounde without any price tag attached to it, I would pick Kounde. He's younger, he can be, at the top of his level, be more better than Koulibaly. But right now, Koulibaly is, worth 30 million euros. Kounde is at 80. That's a 50 million euro difference. You can get Lewandowski and Koulibaly or just Kounde. That's pretty much what's come down to at this point. And I think for me, Koulibaly would be a world-class center back to join Barcelona. Now, also, there's another thing that's come up on the table again, and that's the name of Lisandro Martinez. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Lisandro Martinez was one of the players that Barcelona discussed internally, but now they have different targets. There's nothing serious or close with Barcelona currently. So his name was on the table, they considered it, but in the end now, they have other targets, which most likely at the moment is going to be Koulibaly. We'll wait and see. Like I said, I think Koulibaly is the only player out there who can come to Barcelona and bench Gerard Pique in the center back department. It will be Araujo plus another center back. The question is now, who will that center back be? Let's hope it's Koulibaly, but of course right now no talks with Napoli, but he will be talking with Napoli in the next few days to discuss his future. Kounde, too expensive, very, very unlikely, but no doubt Xavi wants a top center back to join Barcelona this summer, alongside of course Andreas Christensen. Now, along with a top center back, another player that Xavi is desperate, and I mean desperate, to sign this summer, I have no idea why, but he is. It is Cesar Azpilicueta. Now, Sport have come out saying that Azpilicueta is expected to talk with the new owners for Chelsea this week. His desire, of course, is to join Barcelona this summer on a free transfer, and Barcelona have been agreeing with Azpilicueta, but they're not very optimistic as many defenders are already leaving Chelsea. So, of course, his contract got automatically extended for a year because he played a certain amount of minutes and appearances. So now Barcelona want him this summer. They have to pay a small fee, and Gerard Pique came out saying that I have the feeling that we will know this week whether Azpilicueta will arrive or not. It can get complicated because of the Chelsea situation. In any case, it won't be a free signing, but with a small fee, and he said that small fee will be under 11 million euros. Now, a couple things. Number one, I would not pay a penny more than 5 million euros for Azpilicueta, only because Xavi wants him. I have no idea why. Leadership, versatility, all that stuff. No idea why, but I would not pay a penny more for Azpilicueta. Secondly, this is going to be very difficult. Of course, Chelsea have new owners coming in. They're going to have a big rebuild this summer, and Azpilicueta, you have to keep this in mind, is the captain of the club, and he always said, look, I'm not going to push for a move. I want to go to Barcelona, but if you want me to stay, I will stay. It looks like now that will happen. He is the captain of the club, and it will be very difficult for them to let him leave. But of course, Azpilicueta will make that push this week. And like Gerard Romero said, we will know this week at some point whether or not Azpilicueta will be joining Barcelona this summer or not. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Now, as you all probably know, Mingueza from AES, he's very close to Xavi, and he came out with an extensive report on every player who could and will leave Barcelona this summer. So what I'm going to do is go through that whole entire report and also add other outlets information about the player as well that has been reported on. Firstly, on Marc Ter Stegen, he said 100% he'll stay at the club, and he also said that Neto will 100% leave the club. But Sport came out saying that Barcelona do not rule out selling Marc Ter Stegen in the event that a good offer arrives. Ter Stegen still has a market, and his transfer fee when he arrived at Barcelona was very low, and of course already paid for. Now, Gerard Romero came out saying that he's not quite sure whether or not Ter Stegen is on the market or not, but of course, if a good offer comes in, the club will evaluate it. We'll wait and see, but again, Ter Stegen most likely will be the #1 goalkeeper for Barcelona next season. Next player on the list is Oscar Mingueza. Firstly, Marc have come out saying that Barcelona will try to sell Mingueza this summer, and the player has a market value of 10 million euros, and his current contract expires in 2023. However, Mingueza's idea is to leave the club on loan and renew his contract with Barcelona in order not to leave for free in 2023. So Mingueza wants to do kind of, one of the avenues for Riqui Puig. Now, Mingueza came out saying that Barcelona will seek to transfer Ousmane Dembele to a La Liga team this summer. The player accepts that signing for another club would be good for his career, and Barcelona value Mingueza's professionalism and honesty over recent months. So Mingueza, similar to Riqui Puig, has two options. Number one, leaves the club on a permanent transfer to any La Liga club or wherever he wants to go. Secondly, leave on loan, but before he goes out on loan, renews his contract for 1 more year. That way he does not come back as a free agent. We'll wait and see, but Mingueza, I think right now, 100% will leave Barcelona this summer. Next player is Gerard Pique. Mingueza came out saying that Barcelona are aware that Pique will retire next season. It is not in question whether the player wants to continue or not, but the physical state in which he could be in. He suffers from a chronic injury in the abductors. His physical condition could remain that way or it could improve, but he'll never be 100% healthy again. So Mingueza saying, look, Pique, he will of course decide his future for every summer until he decides to retire, but he may be forced to retire next summer because his physical condition will not be able to keep up with the game. And of course, maybe Xavi will tell him, look, it's time to hang up, man. It's time to, call it quits. We'll wait and see. But again, for Pique, at the end of every season, he will decide whether or not to continue at Barcelona or retire. He will not play for another club. Next up, other two center backs, of course, that we desperately want to get rid of, the two Frenchies, Umtiti and Lenglet. Mingueza came out saying that selling Lenglet is one of Barcelona's priorities this summer, and also Umtiti will go out on loan this summer. That is confirmed. So let's hope that's the case. Of course, we renewed Umtiti's contract, we can get rid of him. He will not be sold Umtiti this summer. Very, very unlikely it will be a loan move guaranteed, but Lenglet will be and must be sold this summer, and of course the club will prioritize that exit. Of course, Lenglet on 100,000 euros per week, and the club want to get rid of that as soon as possible. Next up is Sergino Dest. Mingueza came out saying that Xavi and his staff acknowledge that Dest has improved throughout the season, but Barcelona will listen to offers for Dest at least 25 million euros. So again, Dest does have that asking price, that starting price. Someone comes in and bids for that, we can discuss, we can negotiate, but other than that, he will continue at Barcelona. Next up is a big one in my opinion, Dani Alves. Mingueza came out saying that if Sergino Dest stays, Dani Alves will have to leave Barcelona. Of course, he is saying that if Azpilicueta comes in, Dani Alves will be sacrificed. Xavi values the character of Dani Alves in the team and would like him to stay another year. However, his continuation depends on Dest and Azpilicueta's situation. So he's saying, look, it's either going to be Dest and Azpilicueta or Dest and Dani Alves in the right back position next summer. The question is, who will it be? And of course, if that offer comes in for Dest, that could save Dani Alves. But again, most likely that offer will not come in for Dest. Therefore, Dani Alves will have to sacrifice himself. But Sport have come out absolutely destroying Mingueza, saying that Barcelona and Dani Alves have practically agreed a contract extension until December of this year. So only a 6-month contract renewal. Only economic conditions are left to discuss, and Dani Alves will reevaluate his future after the World Cup. If he renews, a series of options will be open after the World Cup. One of them is that Dani Alves continues until the end of the season. The other one is that he goes to play for another club. Third option is that he decides to leave football, retire, and join Barcelona's technical staff. Dani Alves agreed to a minimum possible wage with Barcelona in the winter, but his contract does have a 3 million euro bonus clause if he participated in more than 60% of Barcelona's matches, which he has now. Thus, he will receive this bonus. So Dani Alves apparently will extend his contract for only 6 months. After the World Cup, he has 3 options. Number 1, continue at Barcelona for the rest of the season. Number 2, go somewhere else, Brazil, Qatar, Japan, wherever it may be. Or number 3, retire and join Xavi's staff. We'll wait and see. Gerard Pique came out saying the same thing, saying that, look, it is likely that Dani Alves will extend his contract for 6 months until after the World Cup, because of course he wants to be fully fit, playing at a high level at a big team as well. So we'll wait and see with Dani Alves. I think his future right now is very much in the air. It depends a lot on Cesar Azpilicueta, but right now I do believe that a contract renewal is very, very likely. Now, a player who has already renewed his contract, or not officially, but has done on paper, is Sergio Roberto. Miguel came out saying that Xavi and his staff consider that Sergio Roberto could be an important role player for the next season. I mean, whatever. He's going to stay for 1 more year, and then after that, we can talk about it. Next player up is in the midfield, and that is Riqui Puig. Miguel came out saying that Barcelona want Riqui Puig to leave the club this summer, but they want to find a way to keep him linked to the club, as they consider that Riqui Puig still has some time to exploit his talent. So either lowering him out, renewing his contract, or even selling him with a buyback option as well. Either way, the club still want to kind of be connected with Riqui Puig, but again, very, very likely he will leave the club this summer. Next one in the midfield is a big one, of course. It is Frenkie de Jong. Now, Miguel came out saying that Xavi wants Frenkie de Jong to stay at Barcelona, but he is aware that he is one of the most valuable players in the squad on the market, and his departure could help the financial situation at Barcelona, of course. Xavi considers there are more important players than Frenkie de Jong in the team, which is why he'd be open to sign the player due to the economic situation of the club. So Xavi wants to keep Frenkie de Jong. Of course, Frenkie wants to stay, but if the offer comes in, Xavi says, you know what? He can leave because I have other important players in the squad ahead of him, like Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Pedri, Gavi, whoever it may be. He is, you know, a player that he wants to keep, but out of all the players that he wants to keep, like that big pile of players, you know, Pedri, Ansu, all that sort of stuff, Frenkie de Jong will be the most likely player to leave the club this summer. Miguel also came out saying that if Frenkie de Jong leaves, Barcelona will sign both Carlos Soler and Martin Zubimendi. Now, I think that's ridiculous from Miguel. I think he's going crazy on this one. I think Barcelona will sign a replacement for Frenkie de Jong if he is sold, but not 2 players. Soler 20 million, Zubimendi 50. That's 70 million, which of course is what Frenkie de Jong will be sold for if he does go leave Barcelona. Would spend all that money on 2 midfielders, or you know, on Koulibaly, Lewandowski, and then another midfielder as well, maybe a left back. I think this Miguel. I think he got this one wrong, but I guess, you know, he has some sources in the club. He is close to Xavi. This could be the 2 midfielders that Xavi does want if Frenkie de Jong leaves, Soler and Zubimendi. Now, Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Barcelona want at least 80 to 85 million euros to sell Frenkie de Jong. Xavi will do everything to keep him, but it will depend, of course, on the financial situation at the club. His name has been discussed at Manchester United, but the player prioritizes playing Champions League football. Now, for me, that fee is big, and I, for me personally, would accept that. If you told me, look, sell Frenkie de Jong for 85 million euros and you can sign Lewandowski, Koulibaly, a midfielder, and a left back, I would say yes. But of course, it has to be for the right price, because I want to see Frenkie de Jong succeed at Barcelona. Now, finally, we got the big update from Gerard Pique. Of course, he's the one that broke the news. He came out saying that Manchester United and Barcelona are in talks for Frenkie de Jong, who still wants to stay and play Champions League football at Barcelona, and the new manager Erik ten Hag is calling Frenkie de Jong daily to convince him to join United this summer. So that's still big, of course. The question now is, will Manchester United make the right offer and the right price for Barcelona to sell Frenkie de Jong? Gerard Pique also came out saying that Bartomeu set Frenkie de Jong's contract such that he is set to earn a lot of money in his 4th season, which of course is this upcoming season. If Frenkie de Jong somehow stays at Barcelona next season, he will have to take a massive wage cut, and the player is not opposed to it. So we're hearing like, look, Frenkie de Jong wants to stay, he wants Champions League football. I'll tell you this for first. I think if Manchester United were in the Champions League, this deal would probably be already done by now, but that is the big turning point. Frenkie de Jong has been fighting for Barcelona to get in the Champions League all season, to get 2nd place, and now to go to Man United and most likely play Conference League. It is, you know, a bit of a slap in the face for him. So we'll wait and see on that. But again, if he does stay, he will have to take a massive wage cut. Of course, currently, according to reports, he is earning around 300 to 350,000 euros per week, and that's supposed to go up. This just shows how Bartomeu destroyed this club. He's already on 400,000 euros per week pretty much, and it's supposed to go up in his 4th season. Absolutely crazy. So wait and see with Frenkie. Again, there are talks of Manchester United. If Barcelona going to sell a player to make some money, it will be him. But the player and Xavi still want to stay and, you know, continue at Barcelona. So we'll wait and see. Now for the attack, firstly on Ousmane Dembele, Miguel came out saying that in the next few days there will be a final meeting between Barcelona and Ousmane Dembele's agent regarding his renewal. Now, I will talk about Dembele more in the contract renewal section. Let's go on about more exits. Next up are players that are on loan at Barcelona. Firstly, Adama Traore. Miguel came out saying the only way Adama could stay at Barcelona is if Wolves agree to receive Trincao in return as part of a swap deal. However, the English club are currently not convinced about Trincao whatsoever. Xavi and his staff value the performance and the role of Adama that he's had this season, but however, they consider there are other priorities for the following season. So Xavi and his staff, like Adama, want to keep him, but right now they have other priorities, and also they don't think it's worth it to pay 30 million euros for him this summer. So of course that makes sense. Now that player that we talked about, of course, in that possible swap deal is Trincao, and there are reports coming in from the Portuguese outlets saying that Trincao is Sporting's #1 priority this summer, and the player has given his approval to join the club. He will replace Pablo Sarabia, who's currently on loan from PSG. Talks for a 1-year loan are progressing positively, although some salary issues with Barcelona still need to be settled. I mean, if we're selling him on loan again, the other club should be covering his salary in total. I don't give a damn. I want to sell him this summer, get that money in right now, or maybe even use him for a swap deal for Adama as well. But we'll wait and see. There's no chance, I would say right now, that Trincao will continue at Barcelona and will not be part of Xavi's plans next season. He will leave. The question now is, will it be a loan, swap deal, or a straight transfer? Next up, Martin Braithwaite. Miguel came out saying that Braithwaite will not continue at Barcelona and he's not in Xavi's plans. In addition, the player wants to play more minutes in order to be ready for the World Cup in November. That's the main reason why he's willing to leave Barcelona, and the club hope to sell him for around 6 to 10 million euros. Finally, the first player that's come up, besides from Frenkie de Jong, of course, that we're actually going to get some money for. I mean, my God, all these players are going to be leaving on loan or for free or whatever it may be, but finally Barcelona will be getting some money. Next up in the striker position, of course, is Luuk de Jong. Miguel came out saying that Barcelona valued the professionalism of Luuk de Jong and recognized that his performances have been important this season, but however, Barcelona will not renew his loan or sign him. Luuk de Jong will return to Sevilla in the summer, of course, as we all expected. And finally, Memphis Depay. Miguel came out saying that if a top striker does not arrive, Memphis will continue at Barcelona and the club will seek to renew his contract. Xavi and his staff value the goal contribution that Memphis Depay has had this season, but however, the possible signing of Lewandowski could seriously affect his role. Now, I think if Ousmane Dembele leaves, Depay could stay. I'll talk about more in that next session about Ousmane Dembele, but Depay, of course, his future will be in the air from now until December transfer window ends, or if of course, he renews his contract or something like that. The thing with Depay is that if a top striker comes in, like I've always said, he will have, no opportunities to play, because of course it'll be, top striker Lewandowski, Aubameyang, then him third in line for the striker position. But of course, if Dembele lays on the wing, he can compete with Raphinha, Ansu, and Varane. That's definitely possible. But of course, the club will want to cash out on him if that new striker comes in. They want 30 million euros for him. Of course, we got him for free last summer. So wait and see, but again, I think the new striker will have to come in first, and we have to sign Raphinha first, and then we'll make a decision on Memphis Depay. And that's all the exits. A lot of players will have to leave this summer, of course, no doubt about that, to comply with the players coming in this summer as well. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Firstly, of course, on the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele. Firstly, Sport have come out saying that Dembele wants to continue at Barcelona and is even willing to cut his salary, but the main problem remains his agent, Moussa Sissoko, who wants a big renewal premium for himself and the player. Barcelona do not want to pay it whatsoever. And Gerard Romero came out saying that last night Ousmane Dembele flew to Marrakech and his agent Sissoko is already there, and today he will have his final meeting with the club, and currently Barcelona fear that the player will not extend his contract. Again, it's all because of the freaking renewal bonus that Moussa Sissoko wants. Now, we are hearing right now that PSG and Bayern Munich are very interested in Ousmane Dembele, but his priority firstly is to resolve the situation with Barcelona. The player wants to stay, Xavi wants him to stay, the Barcelona board wants him to stay. Again, it is his agent, Moussa Sissoko, who will not stop asking for a freaking renewal bonus. We'll wait and see. I think right now there's probably like 5% chance that he stays. I cannot see it happening whatsoever. But again, today will be the final meeting between Ousmane Dembele and Barcelona to resolve his contract renewal situation. Now, the final contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Pablo Gavi, and yesterday he had a meeting with Barcelona and it went very, very positive. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Barcelona and Gavi's agent had another meeting yesterday. Negotiations are ongoing to complete the contract renewal until June 2027. It is a matter of final details, work in progress. And finally, Iñigo Dest from Cope came out saying the agreement of Gavi's contract renewal is closer following yesterday's meeting. Barcelona's new offer is as follows: a contract until 2027, €1 billion release clause, increase in salary, and of course a first team number. Gavi only wants to stay at Barcelona. The fact that the club increased the salary offer for me pretty much guarantees that Gavi will be staying at Barcelona. For all means, hopefully in the next couple of days, his renewal will be finished. I think Gerard Pique also came out saying that his renewal is on track and will end up finishing if everything goes as planned. No worries about Gavi whatsoever. The club want to seal his contract renewal as soon as possible and then focus on the final contract renewal of the whole entire squad, which of course is Ousmane Dembele. But with Gavi, there is no problem and he will renew his contract at Barcelona. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is to give you guys an update on the Barcelona studio sales, the BLM sale, and of course the signing of the CVC deal. Gerard Pique came out saying that Barcelona need to seal the financial deals like the sale of Barca Studios, the BLM, or even CVC before June the 30th, or else there could be some massive problems at Barcelona. Now, I am a bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, the deadline is slowly but surely approaching, about a month and a bit away. We gotta get these deals done, man. I'm also hearing reports that, we cannot sign Lewandowski, register Kessie or Christensen without these deals happening. The club need to get a move on. The deadline is coming, and if they can't reach it in time, they will be forced to sell players like Frenkie de Jong and even other players as well. It could get way worse. Frenkie de Jong is one problem. It could get worse. We could see Pedri, we could see Ansu, we could see Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Dest, all this stuff to balance the books at Barcelona. But we do have some good cash coming in, of course, finishing second place in La Liga. Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona's second place finish in La Liga brings an extra 18 million euros of income, 8 million for qualifying for the Spanish Super Cup, 7 million euros for the difference between second and third place, and 3 million euros from UEFA for the market pool for next season's Champions League. So finishing second, of course, was absolutely crucial, but the job is done from Xavi and the Barcelona players. It is now up to Joan Laporta to finish his job as well. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing on it, firstly, about your hopes on the Lewandowski operation. Think it will happen or not? What percent are you at? Secondly, on the top center back that Xavi does want, who you think will sign? Martinez, Koulibaly, Kounde, maybe Romagnoli. Thirdly, on those exits, who do you think will end up staying and leaving Barcelona this summer? You think Lenglet will leave? Umtiti, Mingueza, Riqui Puig, Braithwaite? So many players have to leave this summer. And finally, your thoughts on the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele. And if it does not happen, would you end up, keeping Depay? Would you go all in for Raphinha, even if Lee stay in the Premier League? Leave me all your thoughts down below. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.